Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. Today we're going to do a little update video on what happened to the 36 3-window and all the parts that we bought in the Pacific Northwest this past spring. So we've had a bunch of people DMing and asking what was going on with all that stuff because we kind of got it and then nothing happened. So basically we found all that stuff, we packed a bunch of it in the car, and we shipped a bunch of it back. We posted a really cool photo. Shooter that we bought the car from had this like one of the most picturesque properties with the Mount Hood, I believe it was, in the background. And we took some photos after we loaded it. Our buddy Bennett, 406 Garage, took the car and was gonna potentially ship it for us, or at the very least store it for us. He wasn't able to make the trip cross country, so we were trying to work out a shipper and timing and all that stuff. And in between all of that, right after posting a photo on social media, Snopek Customs, Matt, hit us up. We had stopped to visit him before, and he said, hey, I got a customer looking for one of them, and we ended up striking a deal. And I think I might have even been on the plane flying home when we were kind of talking through it. So he bought the car. They were very patient. We ended up shipping the car right to his shop, and all the parts are in it. So I just got back. I ended up having to do like what we call a bomb run, where we just ran, in the deep of the night and did it, and basically came back. And I filled the truck up with parts. We're going to show you what we got. And now that car is at a good home. It's going to get built into a pretty high-end custom. And we're going to show you all the parts that we have stashed in there. I don't really even remember. We threw it all in my pickup truck and off we went. So we're going to dig some of the parts out, show you guys what we got, and then probably take it over to Mike and let him just unload it all and get it all ready to sell and move on to new homes. All right, so take a look at my mess here in the truck. Took Old Faithful F-250 that been driving everywhere. So first thing is, one of our viewers, Robbie, I'd put a post up on our social. I was looking for somebody to pick some wheels up. I had bought some wheels on Facebook Marketplace. There was a shop, Steadfast Hot Rods, I believe it was the name of the shop. Steadfast was making these, I guess you could say, reproduction 18-inch 40 Ford style wheels. And they were really bitching, and they would do batches of them. I guess they were getting hoops from somewhere, and they would put a post up occasionally, hey, we got 5 more in or 10 more sets. I kept putting it off, and of course when I messaged them, their manufacturer lost their manufacturer of the hoops or something, and they didn't have any. So these popped up on Facebook. I grabbed them and had to get them transported somehow. They were in Cincinnati. So luckily one of our viewers, Robbie, answered my Instagram post and said, hey, I'm a traveling nurse and I'm going from Cincinnati to Cleveland. And I said, great, I'm going to Detroit. I'll be passing right by. So I grabbed these, so thank you to Robbie for that. And now I got these things home. So I'm gonna squirrel these away. The great thing is that they had brand new Firestones, 718s. What I like about the 18-inch wheels and tires is they fill the wheel well a lot better on some of the bigger cars, like a 32 3-window or 32 to 4 3-window. I think they look really good. Some of the Roadsters like that, they look really good. So got those. Got a bunch of stuff in here. Got a cowl from the 4-door that's in here. I need to pull a few things out right away because we need to separate the dash out of this. We got a few things for customers that are already spoken for that we need to just like disassemble or clean up before we ship it out. So got all of that. And I'm going to after I get a few things out, we're going to let Mike take this back to the warehouse and show you everything in detail. Alright, so I'll grab this cowl out. Don't mind my Fender over here. The neighborhood is rough in Detroit where I stayed, and the dogs, rust dogs, they never sleep. So, anyways, my bad joke. Get this cowl out. A little on the rusty side. even a screw left there. Hey! There we go. 136 dash. Not terrible. Surprisingly. If I was a gambling man, I would have guessed these bolts wouldn't have broke loose. I can't believe that. They're so rusty, the wrench barely fits on them, but a little spray with some penetrating oil and maybe I shouldn't speak so soon, but that was hard to believe.
Right.
Thought for sure they were gonna strip or break.
Looking at the rest of it, you
Yeah.
automatically assume the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that this this piece here is no good. Windshield frame is gonna get sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Moon found a prize in all this. Some seasoned old wood from Oregon that came back. And you like that, buddy? Yeah. Chew it apart. Have fun.
Alrighty, we're here at the warehouse. I'm gonna unload everything out of the truck quick. I'll take it upstairs and kind of show you what was hidden away inside that 36 for the past 4 or 5 months. Bunch of this stuff we will be bringing to Carlisle and Hershey, of course. All of our spaces are in the description below. I'll be sure to put it at the end of the video too while we're walking around talking. So let's get to work, get all this unloaded upstairs and laid out. All right, I got everything laid out on the floor. There's some few things that are in the background that are from other estates. So there's some oddball stuff just floating around. Ignore all that. I'm just gonna focus what's on the floor for now. A few of these items will be available at Carlisle and Hershey. Spots, I'll put them right here in the video. They're also in the description if you wanna go find them. Majority of it is gonna be sold after Hershey. I just don't have time. Today is Wednesday. I need to be packed by Friday, so I just don't have time to go through some of it and get it ready for the show. But a few items will be available. If there's anything that you see that you would like, as always, send us an email. If it is something we can bring to the show, we can try and snag it on our way to or from one day. But for the most part, this will all be available eventually, just potentially after Hershey. So let's walk around and just give you guys a quick tour. It's still amazing that all of this fit in that 36 3 window. There's also some front and rear like axle bits that we chopped. I'll drop a clip right here of us using a chop saw to cut them up.
It's not stupid if it works.
That was easy.
Well,
But it's crazy that all of this fit inside that 3 window and safely made it back across the country without breaking. So I'm gonna start here, just work our way back. Set of Model A rails, it's like the first 40 inches. I believe our buddy Jason is gonna be buying these. I have to send them to him, see if he wants them. He's gonna be building a custom back half, but this will get him the front part of the frame so it looks stock. Set of 33/4 bumpers. I believe these are originals that were in a set of reproduction boxes. They're decent, they need a little bit of steel wool, but we'll have those at both shows. 35/6 rear wishbones, these are always good. We always sell them. When we get them in, they'll be at the show. I believe that is a 32 to 36 axle, if I remember correctly. I have to measure, but I think the perches are 2 inches. That'll be available. 35/6 drive shaft, I believe that is sold. We have a customer that bought one from us, and it's taken this long to get this one. I hope he still needs it. If not, we'll have that at Hershey and Carlisle. 3 Buick, Pontiac, or Oldsmobile rear ends. I forget what they are. Will knows off the top of his head. Worst case, I can reach out and get all the information. Set of 2 pairs of front wishbones. Again, need to measure, figure out what they are. There's another set of front wishbones on the axle that is cut up at Matt's. So we'll have a few sets of split wishbones for 2-inch axles available. I believe I have to measure again. I need to measure these to see what they are. But anyway, these work real good for split wishbones. Cut the spring hanger off, weld bungs in, got a set of split wishbones. This is a open drive side shift transmission. So this would have been out of like a 51, 52 F100, I believe. So it's side shift with open drive. We'll probably take it apart and steal all the guts and use it in a floor shift transmission. 2, I believe that's GM, and that one is Packard, I think. Got to run the numbers. I haven't looked at this style transmissions in a while. The pumpkins for 2 of those rear ends. 32 fan or 33/4 fan, I believe. Some Buick bell housings. I believe that's, I think that is GM, I believe. I got to run the numbers on it. Open drive center section, which is cool. I need to count the teeth and figure out what ratio it is, but those are always good to have. They pair well with that open drive transmission. LaSalle tail shaft, which will hang on to some starters. I believe that is a 4 1/16. It's one of the stroker cranks with the other kits that we got. This one we sent back in the car because it needs to be ground already. It sat, unfortunately, in some not great weather. Some 44 wheels, 2 bent spokes, which we'll have a full set of bent spokes, full set of 44 wheels, full set of 16s at the show. They're already packed. 50 olds trans cross member. This is the bits and pieces to the 4-door that we saved. Rear or quarter windows, which can be used on a coupe or help turn a car into a coupe. Some roof sections, the front header, the B pillars we saved because you might be able to use them on a coupe and just not use the back portions for the doors. Some garnish molding, 35/6 dash, accessory garnish, the windshield garnish, which is pretty hard to find, and then this cowl. Unfortunately, it's not super great. It does have some rust at the bottom, but it is a usable donor. If we can't sell it, we'll take it apart. We did one of these, I believe it was last year. Steve took some time and cut it all apart, and I sold the sides, the firewall, the cowl top in just pieces to someone that needed all the odds and ends. So it was awesome to get the car back finally after all these months. We have a decent amount of inventory to sell of just random bits and pieces that we kind of forgot about because they've been sitting for so long. But once again, a few of these odds and ends will be at Hershey and Carlisle. Spaces are right here again. They're also in the video description. We will see you guys then. Can't wait. It's always a blast. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you later.